This is vidIQ, the largest YouTube education channel on the entire platform, and I got featured on their latest livestream. But before I react to it, I'm gonna give you a small history lesson on how I got here. On May 6th of 2025, I submitted my channel to the vidIQ review forum, and by some miracle, I got picked. So let's see what Rob and Dan has to say about my channel.
So Dan, I present to you the channel that is Mr. Isa, I think. Isa? Looks quite familiar in terms of branding.
Okay, so we can ignore the whole Mr. part because Rob is British, but he mispronounced my name. I can't blame him though, since anyone out of Sri Lanka likely doesn't know what Isa means.
They tell us that their goal of the YouTube channel is to meet James Stephen Donaldson, and I had to read that 3 times before I realized they were talking about Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, aka James. I presume. I didn't know his surname was Stephen.
It's funny how they have millions of subscribers but still don't know who James Stephen Donaldson is. And by the way, his surname is Donaldson, not Stephen, which I think is an error on their end.
Do you have a video you would like me to choose? Maybe not the most recent one, because that I think is a little bit of a departure from what they've been doing around about Mr. Beast, but anything else?
Is it a gaming channel?
And by the way, while I was watching this live, I literally had an IShowSpeed reaction like this.
Right, we'll do. I built a 400 million play button thingy-majig. I think very clear hook.
Yeah, I really like the charisma going on. I think that the video's goal is like clearly laid out. I like the storytelling tactics that they're using as well. I think I wasn't expecting them to take a video about building a play button in Minecraft and say, but before we do that, we need to go back to the beginning, right? I'm pleasantly surprised by what I'm seeing.
There was some fundamental storytelling techniques there, which I thought were very powerful. I think this blurred out final product thing in Minecraft, it looks to be, in my opinion, was very effective as well. They've clearly been watching YouTube education videos, and I think the editing is pretty solid as well, with the music and the fast-pacedness, and I think it would relate to a lot of the audience that are fans of Mr. Beast. This is pretty much spot on for where you are in your YouTube journey.
Okay, so I have quite a lot to say here. So Rob says he likes my charisma, which I didn't even think I had in the first place. All that editing and stuff is good, as they say, and yes, I study YouTube on a daily basis, and I grind basically 24/7. But what I forgot to specify was that my audience retention gets tanked in the middle and end sections of the video after the hook, and they only looked at my hook.
You know, I was going to talk about branding and how it's really important for you to establish your own brand.
Maybe in a year's time or like 6 months' time or whatever, they may want to pivot, like talk to a new audience. I think they'll certainly have a lot of skills gained from this to start a new channel and do that. But like in the meantime, this seems like a really good sandbox for them to play in.
Okay, Rob, but you didn't specify how to pivot. Like, I don't know how to talk to new audiences, and why would I do that when Jimmy's existing fanbase can support me if they find me out? The time seems high enough for me, but if I were to, which audience would I talk to? And what do you mean by sandbox? Dude, this is my one and only channel.
The skills that this creator is picking up by emulating their favorite creator in certain ways are invaluable. We've not seen a lot of like younger creators and newer creators dive into that kind of level of hook and storytelling. I think this is a person who is actually really studying YouTube very, very carefully. I don't necessarily agree with like using Mr. Beast's logo and adjusting it in Photoshop a little bit. I think it's just the matter of making more content and continuing to refine your craft overall, which is, I would say at this point, very strong already.
I have a lot more to say about this one. I literally had to look up invaluable when scripting this video because I thought him and my skills are useless. POV. You're the first 14-year-old to take YouTube seriously because your country's economy is totally not collapsed. And another thing is, Dan, how dare you? This is a joke, by the way. My friend literally made that logo, and I can't even disable the layers. If I did use Jimmy's logo and adjusted it, the background would look morphed, which is not the case here. I just use the same colors. And a summer update is on the way, so I will change my logo as well. And again, as I said, I need to improve my audience retention of the video after the intro. As you saw, it's not a pretty sight. Wait, I see you're about to click off. I just have to tell something real quick. I have made it my life's mission to meet James Stephen Donaldson, aka Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast. Please help out a bro by tagging Jimmy in the comments. And let's also create a hashtag called #BeastSriLanka and spread it all across the platform so I can finally meet Jimmy. And in case I wasted your time here, you can join my epic Discord server with over 30 members that I can chat with as compensation for me potentially wasting your time here. Link in the description, and this is what Rob and Dan has to say about my channel.
Last thing I want to draw your attention to, Dan, here is they say this is an entertainment channel, not a gaming channel.
You are a gaming channel, though. I'm sorry.
I think, Dan, that this channel in, let's say, 1, 2, 3 years' time, well, maybe not this channel, but this creator is going to have a significant presence on YouTube. I don't think monetization's a problem or anything. That's all going to come eventually.
I think they didn't get the premise here, because what I meant by being an entertainment channel is I currently do entertainment videos with some gaming videos converted into the Mr. Beast format, and in the future I'm planning to slowly move into IRL content. And also, did Bro just predict my uprise for monetization? You didn't say the fact that I've been on YouTube for 4 years now, and it took way longer to reach 1K than Jimmy. And normally, channels are monetized within like 2 years, and mine's still taking time at just over 300 watch hours in the last 12 months. And one thing I also noticed is that the chat is so positive compared to people in my school, people on Discord, and some of my comments. Sounds good. This could be a substitute copy of Mr. Beast driving cars IRL, but he can't afford it, so it's in a game. And there's this guy who sounds a lot like a person from my comments, Mr. Beast from Temu. Thumbs are really nice. So I'm just gonna make some more videos, do the summer update, and improve a lot of stuff before resubmitting to get their opinion on my channel after I've taken their advice. If you watched through this entire video, chances are you're probably one of the few awesome people who might want to check out this video right here to learn how fast a $3 million hypercar can go. And remember, death equals death, unlock your computer in Thunderstorm, use clean rags to clean your car, and I'm Mr. Beast Gang, see you around.